They say high school is where you figure out who you are, but for me, it started with the sound of fabric ripping and the whole world staring. And if you told me I'd end up flipping my biggest bully onto the floor in front of half the school, well, I'd have laughed you right out of Westbridge. Yeah, that happened. I'm Leia Harper, and if you don't know my name yet, you're about to. All I ever wanted was to stay invisible, just another shadow slipping through the chaos of sophomore year in suburban Ohio. I had my routine: head down, hoodie up, duck into my locker at the far end of the hall, keep out of the way of the Cayman Rose of the world. Kay, the queen bee, tall, blonde, every word sugar-coated with venom, had a following. Madison, all high kicks and sharp laughs. And Brooke, who just echoed whatever Kay said. I was a blip on their radar, but that was about to change. It started with whispers. You know, the kind meaner than you think kids are capable of, but you learn real quick in a place like Westbridge. Kay wanted to prove that even the quietest girl could crack. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't, not until that morning. I remember the air outside smelled like burnt leaves, sharp and fresh. My hand was shaking a little as I turned my lock. Inside, a photo of me and my brother Ethan grinning after a judo match. My lucky charm. I guess though luck didn't seem to stick around long. Then came the hook. "Hey, Mouse." Keiko behind me, her voice syrupy, fake sweet. My stomach dropped. Madison and Brooke boxed me in, the crowd chatter fading into a dull roar in my ears. Kay's hand darted out, tugging my sleeve. Bet this looked better ripped. And suddenly my shirt was in tatters, my collarbone exposed, laughter and camera phones flashing from every angle. I couldn't breathe. The shame was so sharp it almost made me dizzy. For a second, I just wanted to disappear, to melt right into the floor and never come back. But then I remembered Ethan's voice. Judo's not about being the strongest, Leia. It's about using what you've got. Control, not just of them but of you. That was the spark. Kay reached for me again, but my hand snapped out, grabbing her wrist, pivoting with a move I hadn't practiced in years, and suddenly she was airborne, her yelp echoing off the lockers as she hit the floor. Madison lunged, but I spun and sent her sprawling too. "Brooke?" She backed away, palms up, eyes wide. "We're sorry. Just stop." The crowd? Silent. For the first time, all those eyes actually saw me. Someone posted the video within minutes. By lunchtime, everyone had watched it. Teachers, the principal, even my mom by the time I got home. Principal Vargas called me in, peering over her glasses with that look adults get when they're not sure whether to scold you or give you a medal. "Self-defense, huh?" she said. I nodded, barely trusting myself to speak. She gave me detention, but also said, "You showed restraint most kids wouldn't." I'll remember that. My mom, Dinesh, worked double shifts since Dad left, looked at me with this strange mix of fear and pride. "You did what you had to, but be careful, Leia. We can't afford trouble." That hit me harder than detention. Honestly, alone in my room, I could dug my old judo GI out of the closet, slipping it on and practicing throws in the mirror, each move grounding me. For the first time in ages, I felt strong like the me Ethan used to see. You'd think that'd be the end, right? One heroic flip, the bullies back off, roll credits. But that's not real life. Kay came back swinging, spreading rumors. Suddenly, I was unstable, psycho, a danger to the school. Some believed her, some didn't. But then, out of nowhere, Jamal Carter Jr., sharp wit, known for standing up to the jerk, sat down next to me at lunch. "That was badass," he said, grinning. "Ever think about joining the martial arts club?" Honestly, I hadn't. But something about the way he said it, like I belonged, got to me. Next thing I knew, I was showing up at the old gym after school, facing Mr. Tanaka, the coach, who took one look at me and said, "Heard you made quite an impression. Show me." I sparred with Jamal, rusty but determined, and it felt like I was coming back to life. Jamal became my first real friend at Westbridge, teaching me that strength wasn't just about fighting, but about showing up again and again. That's when the twist hit. The bullying turned digital. Someone hacked my social media, posting doctored photos me face pasted on a homeless bodies, cruel captions about my family struggles. I stopped eating in the cafeteria, hiding out in the library. That's where I met Sophie Nin, coding club legend, who took one look at the posts and said, "Pathetic. Want to fight back." Turns out, She could trace digital footprints like nobody else. She found out the hack wasn't just Key, it was Ryan Kessler, a senior who'd lost a big judo match to my brother Ethan years ago. I never knew about their history. Ryan, using Kay as his puppet, wanted payback for a scholarship he'd lost because Ethan beat him. The story was way bigger than me. I called Ethan, demanding answers. He sounded exhausted. I didn't want you in the middle of this, Leia. Ryan could be dangerous, but hiding wasn't an option anymore. With Sophie's help, we put together a plan to expose them at the biggest event of the year, the school talent show. Sophie hacked the projector, ready to display everything: screenshots, emails, digital receipts. I would confront Ryan and Kane out with my fists, but with the truth. The night of the show, my heart felt like it might crack open. Kay finished her cheer routine to wild applause, but when I took the stage, silence fell. "This is for everyone who's ever been made to feel small," I said, and then Sophie's code lit up the screen: every message, every post, every ugly lie. The crowd gasped. Ryan tried to bolt, but Jamal and the club blocked him. Kay's mask cracked, her reputation collapsing in real time. Principal Vargas stepped up, promising consequences. Both Ryan and Kay got suspended, their little kingdom crumbling. But the best part? Students started coming up to me, telling their own stories. The martial arts club swelled. I wasn't just Leia the Mouse anymore. I was someone people listened to, someone they looked up to. Even Sophie, who became my closest ally, said she'd never seen the school so united. And then, a few months later, I got a letter from Ryan. He'd been expelled, maybe facing legal trouble, but he apologized. "I let jealousy ruin me. You showed me real strength. I'm trying to be better." I didn't forgive him, at least not right away, but I kept that letter, a reminder that even broken things can change. By spring, I wasn't the girl hiding at her locker. I was the judo champ, a real friend, someone who'd taken her pain and turned it into power. That torn shirt? I kept it now a symbol of everything I'd survived. Westbridge changed, too. Less cruel, maybe a little braver. I stood in the hallway, breathing easy for the first time, knowing I'd flipped my world upside down and maybe, just maybe, started something no one could stop. So, let me ask you, what would you have done? Is fighting back ever worth the risk? Or does it just make things worse? Tell me where you're watching from, and drop your story in the comments, because I know I'm not the only one who's been there. Let's talk about what real strength looks like.